You're watching BCTV, Branford's community access station.
This is BCTV, Branford Government Television, a service of Branford Community Television. The following program is brought to you through the support of the Town of Branford.
We'll call the special Board of Selectmen's meeting for May 23rd to order. Item 1, to consider and if appropriate approve a request from James Finch, Finance Director, for a 3-year extension to the existing agreement between the Town of Branford and Tyler Technologies. Jim, you want to just give it, this contract did go before the Board of Finance last week and did receive a favorable review.
Yep, and you do have the letter which identifies all of the points. This was a project we wanted to start a couple of years ago. Unfortunately, things didn't work out as well. You may recall when we started, the finance manager from the Board of Education became sick, and then we had a new finance manager at the board, and then the assistant finance director, who plays a key role in this, her mom was sick this past year. So when we started working on this again, we discovered that given some of our challenges and the way our systems are configured, that the best approach is to do what's called software as a service. And so basically that means that the project is hosted in the cloud. Those folks watching at home, if you're doing TurboTax online, that's like a software as a service. So you're using a cloud-based system. It does have a lot of advantages. You see a number of bullet points there. I think some of the main ones is you got the 24/7 support. Its disaster recovery efforts are better, and you can access it from multiple locations, and we're not as dependent on our IT staff, for example. So, and pursuant to the code, this item went to the Board of Finance. The Board of Finance acted favorably. They recommending that the Board of Selectmen approve this. The funding was included in as part of the amended RTM budget, so they added the $37,000 for a total of $97,000 and change annually. So we've been to multiple forums on this. We've been to 2 Board of Finance meetings. We've been to an RTM committee meeting, and now we're at the Board of Selectmen asking for your approval.
Get a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any further discussion or any questions regarding it?
No, I'm good.
No? All right, all in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you.
Thanks. Item 2, to consider and if appropriate approve the recommendation from Joyce Forty to approve the unaffiliated employee health benefits premium shares for fiscal years 18 through 19 and 19 through 20.
This would be for the next 2 fiscal years. There haven't been any changes made to the unaffiliate group since 15-16. So right now we're just finishing up the majority of our negotiations, and the plans that you see proposed are basically what we're putting in all of the contracts. It's a $2,000, $4,000 high deductible plan, an HRA for the people who cannot go into an HSA, and anyone who chooses to stay in the Century Preferred will have a buy-up. And then I've also increased, effective July 1, 18, the high deductible will be 13%, and in 19 it'll be 14%.
Okay. Thank you, Joyce. Get a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thanks. Item 3, to consider and if appropriate approve an agreement between the Town of Branford and Coastal Tide Marine Services, Inc. for the operation and maintenance of the Shoreline Regional Sewage Pump-Out Boat.
It came up a little early, sorry. I didn't have an agenda.
I didn't want to run.
So-
Mike's not here to present this. He was supposed to be here. I worked with Mike on this agreement in town council.
It's the same, basically essentially the same agreement from last year.
Yeah.
With the new boat though, right? With the new boat, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
When the new boat is ready,
When
the
it
new
comes
boat will
in.
be,
Yeah.
the new boat will be put in service when it's ready.
So this is, there's no significant changes from previous agreements. Done this annually. I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second, with a question.
You're up, Mike.
Ah, there he is. So, what is the cost of this, Mike? What-
The cost of the contract.
Yeah,
It's, I believe, $90,000 to run 2 boats for the pump-out boat service.
okay. And do we get any money back from that, or do you get any money back?
So the full contract is $90,000. The contractor gets somewhere around $75,000. Some of it comes to the Shore District Health Department for administration fees, some of it's for supplies and marketing, and some of it goes back to the town of Branford for HR, personnel, some of the public announcements we've done in the past.
So when a boat owner pays the fee for a pump out,
No, it's a free service.
it's a free service?
It's a
Okay.
free service, so it's funded, we get $90,000 from the Connecticut Deep. The other 25% is local match.
Okay.
And in this case, this year, we did ask all the towns for a $3,000 fee, just to subsidize it because the costs have been going up. And we're also getting a new boat.
So does each town have to approve it?
Right. So it only could be administered to one town, and Branford was one of the leaders with this program, and it started back in 2000.
Yeah,
The
that's
grant
it.
from DEEP is to the town of Branford,
Yes.
so
Okay.
therefore we have to sign the contract.
Gotcha.
Yes, and we manage the contract.
Okay. No, I think it's an excellent service, and I can't wait to see you boat.
Me too.
I'm good, Tim.
All right. Has it's been moved and seconded.
Yeah,
Any
moved and
further
seconded.
discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Mike. Item 4, to consider and if appropriate, approve a recommendation from the Solid Waste Management Commission and award the base bid for the collection of municipal solid waste and recycling to Hometown Waste LLC of Clinton, Connecticut for fiscal years 2019, 2020, 2021, with the option for 2 additional 1-year extensions. Dan?
Yeah, thank you. Hometown Waste, they're our current provider of services in town. They took over that contract from Waste Tech LLC, who had won it at the previous bid. They were the lone bidder that came through. We went to the Board of Finance at their meeting on Monday. They voted in favor of approval. It's the base bid, which we looked at a few different alternates, whether to have not do source segregation of recycling at the curb, whether to have non-manual pickup of get the crates, the carts and the arms. We looked at a few different options, but we're proposing to stay with the base bid, which is status quo, if you will. Manual collection, segregation of recycling. I don't know if there's any other questions. This is the amount in the fiscal year that was approved in the budget that we just had approved.
Pretty good luck with them, too, right?
Yeah, I mean they've serviced the contract well.
Yeah, they empty my trash, fine.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion we approve.
Second
All right, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
that.
Aye.
Item 5, to consider if appropriate, approve a recommendation from Solid Waste Management Commission and award the hauling of newspaper, bottles, and cans and cardboard bid to All American Waste LLC of Enfield, Connecticut at a per haul for fiscal years 2019, 2020, 2021, with the option of 2 additional 1-year extensions. Dan?
So All American Waste was the lone bidder on this bid. We just had this open in May 3rd. They are the current provider of services for hauling for newspaper and cardboard. They aren't the incumbent on bottles and cans, but they have the wherewithal to do all three of them for sure. There is a per haul price that's in the packet that was sent to you. It's a slight increase over what we're currently paying, but it falls within the budget parameters that we set forth. And yeah, it's a 3-year contract with 2 1-year extension options at the towns.
So Dan, this is hauling from the transfer station too?
This is hauling the materials from the transfer station to the various.
It's not picking up the blue cans at people's.
No, that was the one we just did with Hometown. This is after Hometown and the residents and everybody else brings the materials to the transfer station. This is to haul those materials to their various recycling plants.
Make a motion we approve.
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Item 6, to consider and if appropriate, approve the recommendations from the Solid Waste Management Commission and award the contract for the recycling of commingled containers to Murphy Road Recycling LLC of Enfield, Connecticut at a cost of $30 per ton for fiscal years 19, 20, 21 with the option for 2 additional 1-year extensions.
So this is the commingled containers are the bottles and cans and the plastics that go loose in your blue bin at curbside. This is the bid for all those to go out to the facility in Berlin to be recycled, go to the plant. Unfortunately, what's been a revenue stream for a number of years has shifted to a cost stream this bid cycle. And so, but this is the best cost of the town that we received at $30 a ton.
And is that if more people recycled, would that be better for us?
Yeah, well, I mean, the cost per ton would remain the same. It's certainly we always look to promote recycling,
Right.
And this is a far less of a cost to dispose of that material than if they just put it in trash. So even though it is a cost, it's still a savings to the town. And if the material is getting generated, we'd rather you recycle it than throw it away. It's more cost effective for us to do it that way.
Just to dispose of our trash, our municipal trash, the disposal cost, not transportation, but just the disposal is, I think, $64 a ton.
Okay.
So whereas if that was pulled out of the trash and placed in the recycling stream, it's still a cost, but it's a cost of $30 a ton
Gotcha.
to dispose of it. So there's a net savings of disposal on the tipping fee of it,
Right,
about
yeah.
just over $30 a ton.
Like I said, unfortunately, it was a revenue stream, so it was even a greater
Right.
savings to have that material recycled. There's a lot of factors going into play that are causing that change in the market. Some international matters. The markets that currently accept a lot of that aren't taking anymore. The glass, which is a lot of the weight involved, isn't as recyclable. Just with the way the system works right now. And so, the commission's looking at ways to get this back to a revenue stream, or at least not as much of a cost. But this is the best bid that we have at this point in time.
And, just certainly talking to some other municipalities, even the disposal of $30 a ton is a favorable price compared to what some other, we're seeing numbers, 35 up to just over $40 a ton to dispose of recycling. So,
Right. Yeah. Excellent point.
I'll make a motion we approve.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item 7, to consider and if appropriate, approve a recommendation from the Solid Waste Management Commission and award the contract for the recycling of newspapers and cardboard to Murphy Road Recycling LLC of Enfield, Connecticut for fiscal years 2019, 2020, 2021 with the option for 2 additional 1-year extensions. Dan?
Okay, so this again is with Murphy Road. This is actually goes to the Bridgeport facility though. This is the the paper stream that we put out to the curb, as well as the cardboard stream, all comes to the transfer station, gets hauled off to Bridgeport. These are still revenues. They're based on cardboard we get 60% of what the market is, and newspaper was 50% of what the market is, and that market fluctuates, and there's a pulp price index that's published nationally that sets what that price is, what the market is. And so we, in times of good time, we'll get more money, and in leaner times, we'll all bear the burden. But currently, those are in line with the revenues we currently generate through those recycling streams. If this is one of the reasons we didn't go to the single stream recycling, because we wouldn't get a revenue for this. We'd be paying that $35, $40 a ton disposal fee. Whereas now we're still looking at generating a good amount of revenue for the town by keeping these segregated.
Okay, I'll make a motion, we approve.
Second that.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Great,
Thanks.
thank you very much.
Thank you, Dan.
Item 8, green use, to consider and if appropriate, approve a request from the Branford High School for the use of the town green on Tuesday, June 12, 2018, to hold high school graduation ceremonies at 6 p.m.
Motion to approve.
Second that.
Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item 9, a motion to adjourn.
Yes, sir.
Anyone?
Oh, I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Yeah, I'll second that.
All in favor say aye. Aye.
The preceding program was brought to you through the support of the Town of Branford. Watch town meetings or other videos on demand at BranfordTV.org.